Kelly from paperbeadrollers.com, and in this video I am going to tell you the one thing I did that completely changed the craft of paper bead rolling for me, and how I use it every single day to make paper bead rolling more enjoyable. Making paper beads about 3 years ago, I had a few issues that I needed to overcome. The first was a little bit of arthritis here in this hand, and to solve that, we made our own paper bead roller with wider handles and grooves. It solved the problem and it made it a little bit easier for me to roll without pain. And of course, this is now what we sell at paperbeadrollers.com. But another issue popped up when I sat down to cut my paper strips. I was using a guillotine paper cutter, and because I have back issues, it would only be a few minutes before I would have to stop cutting paper because my back would start to hurt. Well, that doesn't get you very far when you're trying to roll paper beads. When I learned about cutting machines, I figured this is it. This is my solution. With a cutting machine, I can do a few hundred strips in just a few minutes. No more back problems. Also, every strip will be exactly the same, so things will be a little more consistent and my finished beads are just going to look a lot better. I thought it was a perfect solution. So then came the next question. What machine do I get? Well, I looked at a lot of them, including the Cricut, which is unarguably the most popular machine, the Silhouette, and then the Brother ScanNCut. Now, to be perfectly clear, this video is not sponsored in any way. I bought the machine with my own money, nobody has asked me to do a video on it, and I do not sell these machines. There is an affiliate link to Amazon down in the description if you'd like to click through and look at these machines. I get a very small percentage if you purchase once you've clicked my link, but that's it. Those are mainly just to help you do your research. The reason I'm doing this video is because if I hadn't bought this machine, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel right now. I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. This truly did change my life. And if you're having the kind of issues I had, it might help you too. So that's why I'm doing this video. So of the machines I researched, I chose the Brother ScanNCut for a few reasons. Number one, I had a Brother sewing machine for several years, and I was very impressed with the quality of the machine, the way it functioned, and the customer service of the company. And that goes a long way with me. Now, the second reason I chose the Brother ScanNCut is because I really liked the features. I liked the way that I could upload SVGs, which some of the other machines do, but I tried out the free software and I just really felt that it suited me and my skill level the best. Now, I am not recommending one machine over another, mainly because I haven't used them all, but I can say I personally have had a great experience with my Brother ScanNCut CM350. Let's talk about what kind of materials you can cut. Now, I've cut everything from regular cardstock and regular paper all the way up to recycled food boxes. Now, generally, I don't cut magazine papers because I feel like those are really so quick and easy to stack and cut with the guillotine that I can get that done in a couple of minutes. It would take a long time to cut those one page at a time, sticking them on the mat, so it seems a little time consuming to do it with the machine. But other than that, I do everything else on the Brother ScanNCut. Now your next question is probably, how do you use it? So let's head on over to the computer and I'll show you how to use it. First, you'll register on the Canvas Workspace website and then you'll install the software on your computer. Now instructions come with the machine, so I'm not going to go through that process step by step. Once you have the Canvas software on your computer, you can create your own shapes for the machine to cut out. You can see that some shapes actually come with the software. There's all kinds of sentiments and shapes you can put together and create anything you want. You can also purchase digital templates online and load them in. Now, after I bought my machine, I quickly realized that there were not many paper bead strip templates out there to purchase. So I taught myself how to make them. Now, if you want, you can just take the shapes here at the side, draw a triangle, and have the machine cut them out. But what I quickly learned is that you waste a lot of paper that way. And if you put the edges of the triangles on top of each other, the blade goes over it twice, possibly damaging your mat. So I spent quite a lot of time experimenting, and I developed a proprietary way of creating these templates to use the most paper and also to put less stress on the blades and the mats. I now use that method to develop all of the digital templates you can purchase at paperbeadrollers.com. If you have a machine that imports SVG files, you can just grab the SVGs from the download folder and bring them right onto the canvas. If you have a Brother ScanNCut, I provide FCM files so you can transfer them straight to your machine. And if you don't have a cutting machine at all, and you want to print the lines on paper and hand cut them, I also include PDF files in these digital packs. Whichever way you decide to bring the templates into your software, once you have them ready, you can transfer it over to the machine. Now, if you use the USB cord method, which is when you hook the cord straight into your computer, you'll see the D drive pop up. And you can just save the FCM file to the D drive, and that's what puts the file onto your ScanNCut machine. Now let's switch over to the ScanNCut's touchpad screen. I've already loaded my mat with the paper on it. Click Pattern. Now click Save Data. I'll select the strip file that I just loaded. Click OK, and click OK again. Now I'll click the Tools button to make sure that my pressure and speed are okay. They are, so I'll click OK. Now before I begin cutting, I need to see what number my blade is on. The newer ScanNCut can set blade depth automatically, but my CM350 is manual. This piece turns to change the depth. For regular cardstock, I usually put it on 4. Then I put the blade back in and lock it down. When everything is set, I can click Cut, and when I'm ready, I'll press the Start button. So the machine is finished cutting and I've unloaded the mat, and I'll show you my trick to getting the strips off quickly. This is my mat upside down. What I'll do is bend it back until I get the edges of the strips just pulled away a little bit, and I'll use a ruler. It works best with a cork-backed ruler to press the strips down and then pull the mat back from all of them at once. It's much faster than pulling them off one by one. And then I can flip the mat over and do the same with the other side. Although at this point, sometimes it's easier to just go ahead and pull them off. And there we go. A whole page of strips in just about 3 minutes. Since I got my machine, I have been able to spend so much more time making paper beads. I could never keep up with my weekly tutorial schedule without it. And it's allowed me to invent cool new kinds of beads, like these buco beads. I mean, I could never cut these out by hand. So if you've been considering purchasing any type of cutting machine, I urge you to go for it. I haven't regretted buying mine for a second. I've linked all of the most popular cutting machines down in the description below so that you can go and research them. And don't forget to check out paperbeadrollers.com for new digital cutting templates all the time. I'm always coming up with something new. They start at $2.99, and once you download them, you get to keep them to use forever. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button below, and I will see you soon. Have fun with your cutting machine.